along a 42, and 2 touchdowns. So just a huge night. And again, last week, Keegan Brewer was nominated for the Dallas Morning News Area Player of the Week. He did not make it, but he received the honorable mention for his 5-touchdown performance against Birdville. So the junior having another huge game. I've mentioned his stats before, but he came into the game with 41 receptions, 628 yards receiving. So now he's over 800 yards receiving, or close to it, on 50 catches. Just having a phenomenal season.
Yeah. Nothing else more to say about that young man other than he can catch everything.
And let me add this. I was talking to a few people, some close insiders, and I guess Keegan was rattled a little bit more. They're worried that he might have a light concussion.
Well, I think it may be time for Keegan not to play anymore, is my guess.
I think that they're planning on sitting him out this second half. Now, that's just a rumor, but they don't want to risk it.
I totally agree. You're up 28-7. You got plenty of room here. Let's give other people a chance to make some stripes here. And you know, we haven't run the ball a lot with Courtney Holder, and that's one of our parts of our games that really keeps the offense balanced. Let's go back to that this second half.
Now, we do have that bye week next week, so it'd be a good idea to rest as many players as we can if we get a significant lead here.
I intend to rest quite a bit.
Courtney Holder, Tim Gowans deep to receive for the Falcons. It's going to be a short pooch kick, kind of right side, caught at the 26 by Shackelford. Cuts it out past the numbers, still on his feet, across the 40, going to be hit at the 42. Finally tackled at the 44-yard line. That's a nice return by the Shack, and excellent starting field position for the Falcons to start this second half of play.
I have another question, too.
Yep.
Do you know the UIL rules? I'm just curious on this. If someone would get kicked out the second half for taunting, do they have to miss the first half of the next game?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on the exact rule, but I know they have to miss, if not the entire game, portion of the following game.
I'm not 100% on that either. Degan, they tried to set up the inside wide receiver screen. Shackelford, it's complete. Cross the 50, going to be hit at the 45, tackled at the Highlander 43-yard line. So it's a 13-yard pickup on first down, and quickly the Falcons in enemy territory.
The reason I ask that is if it happens here in the second half, some of these boys, they might miss senior night.
Hopefully they take Coach Young's advice and just act right. I mean, that's the bottom line, is all they have to do is go out there and play football. Blitz coming off the right side. Degan gets hit. Ball thrown up in the air, nearly picked off, and Degan took a shot on that, didn't he?
He had someone high and someone low on him. He kind of went down twisted. Didn't like that at all.
Wow, he just got rid of the ball as quick as he could, and Coach Young talked about it. They've just been sending people all night long, and Degan been under heavy pressure. Has done a good job eluding that pass rush. And they got 3 guys, they got 5 guys up on the line of scrimmage, 3 with their hands in the dirt.
He's been sacked, once or twice?
Again, heavy pressure. They set up the screen right side to Sasser. He's got inside the 40, gets hit at the 35 and tackled at the 34. That's a 9-yard gain, very close to another Falcon first down.
Yeah, so the idea behind that is exactly what Coach said, is if they're bringing that many guys, if you can just get a pass off, a little coverage to get enough of a pass off, you got an exposed defense, and you can try to take advantage of it.
That's the way you got to stop it, no doubt. These little screens, we've seen more screen passes tonight than we have all year, it seems like. Falcons leading 28-7. Aaron Berry in the ball game. Going to be in the backfield with Degan Hahn. We have 3 receivers near side. Falcons headed toward that north end zone. We still have a slight breeze coming out of the south. I don't think it's all that significant. This time they give it to Berry, going left side, cuts it at the 35, inside the 30. Gets hit at the 27-yard line and tackled at the 24-yard line. That's a nice 10-yard run by that senior running back.
That kid just turns up field and just finds a way to slice and dice and just slither his way up another 5-10 yards.
Aaron Berry making it happen for the Falcons.
He's in a sea of blue jerseys, too.
Aaron splits to the heads out to the right slot. 4 receivers over there. Shack alone here on the left this time. Oh! Boy, Rhodes jumped the pass intended for Sasser. It's picked off. There's a flag on the play. Let's see what we have. That's Sasser makes a tackle immediately at the 25-yard line.
I think they're going to call Sasser for a horse collar.
Wow, and that's a call from Fab, too.
Either that or a little face mask on that.
Well, the big deal is he made the tackle, so we can kind of take that penalty because Rhodes jumped that pass, and with one more step, he's probably gone for about a 75-yard touchdown.
No, very good point. Brother Van, you are right. It is a face mask.
So that happens at the 25-yard line. That's Degan's 7th interception, and you saw it coming. He tries to hit Sasser out there on the right. Rhodes did a nice job just jumping that route and coming in and making the play. Hands good, and gets the turnover for the Highlanders. They're going to have it 1st and 10 at their own 40.
And that's a sign of the quarterback staring down his target and getting eyes on him. And you got to, as a quarterback, you've got to disguise that as much as possible. I know they're coming quick and fast, but it becomes easier to read as the game goes on.
Harris under center with Horn and Rhodes behind him. They're going to give it to Horn, coming right side. Going to cut it up by the numbers, and that's Papard coming up from his safety position to make the stop at the 43. It's a gain of 3. They're going to give him 4 out to the 44.
Jake making that look easy, but it was not easy.
No.
They had guys with good positions and good blocks, and he just blows the guy up to get past there and make that tackle.
I'll be curious to see what the Falcons do just by the numbers. This is the quarter they score the least amount of points, and they average 6.3 points in the third quarter. So not sure what that says, but they obviously don't come out of the gates at halftime, like they do in the other quarters. So, oh boy, ball on the ground. The fumble is mishandled, and Micah Fitzgerald going to make a big play for the Falcons, coming to gather it up at the Highlander 35, and that's a huge break for Lake Dallas as they just gave the ball away. They get it right back.
And what you're seeing right there is a product of the backup quarterback being in, mishandling the snap. Their starter quarterback is in. That doesn't happen. But Micah was able to capitalize on that. Good job, Falcons. Here we go. Let's make up for it.
Didn't it just seem like that ball was laying there what seemed like forever, and Micah able to come in and get it? It's almost like Harris didn't quite
He didn't see
know
it was
where
dropped.
it was.
He had no idea it was dropped.
So huge break. 9:31 left to go here in the third quarter. Falcons leading 28-7, and they are in Highlander territory. Taking the option right. He's going to keep it himself. Take the ball down to the 29. Well, they're going to call it the 31-yard line. We have an injured Highlander laying at the 40-yard line, and that young man seems to be in quite a bit of pain.
They're holding his elbow. I think he's the one that kind of shot up at Dagan right there and went through the slot, and Dagan just sidestepped him. I think he might have just pounded his elbow on something.
It was a 4-yard pickup by Dagan Hahn. It's going to bring up 2nd and 4. We're going to take a break. You're listening to Lake Dallas Falcon on the Quarterback Club broadcast.
Hey, Falcon fans, are you buying or selling a house in the Lake Cities or surrounding areas? Well, contact my realtor, Laird Lynn, Mr. Lake Cities at lakecitiesrealty.com. You can contact him at 214-704-3120 for all of your realty needs.
We are back, Falcon fans. And
2nd down and 6 from the 31-yard line. Empty set, 4 receivers near side. Boy, they're going to send 6 or 7 guys again. It's a high pass intended for Sasser, incomplete on the little in route, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6, whatever they're calling it. Boy, the Falcons just facing tons of pressure. The offensive line doing a pretty good job. But
there was a miscue there because Brett he wasn't covered real tight. Ball just a little high.
Again, they bring 5. They're setting up the option play to the left side. Hahn going to keep it himself, cuts it up the hash marks, and he's going to take it to the 28-yard line. That's a gain of 3. And we'll see. It's decision time here. It's going to be at the 28-yard line. It's going to be 4th down, and we'll call it 3. And I certainly believe Coach is going to go for it in this situation. At this point of the,
Looks like we're bringing in the Rhino package.
Yeah, here comes Josiah Tauefa in the game on offense, I believe, for the first time tonight. Micah Fitzgerald going to line up at the right end. Courtney Holder lined up directly behind. And we're going to have to call a timeout as Brett Sasser was late getting out onto the field. Play clock winding down, and Coach Young decides to take his first time out of the second half. You're listening to Lake Dallas Falcon football on the Quarterback Club Network.
Do you want a better-looking smile? Dr. Christina Mackey of Loretto Family Dentistry can handle all of your family dental needs. Located on Corinth Parkway, you will love our warm and inviting atmosphere with ceiling-mounted flat-screen TVs. Find us on the web, LorettoFamilyDentistry.com, and contact us for information regarding free, pre-filled disposable whitening trays. Loretto Family Dentistry.
Take your old Model T up to Geico Insurance. It's the big yellow house off I-35 in Corinth Parkway. Find out what all the hoo-bally and the ballyhoo's about when you call Cheryl McDonald at 940-321-3990, and you find out how you could save 15% in 15 minutes.
All righty, we're back. Nick, want to give a shout-out to the Padron family and Cholitos for hosting the dinner over there, the enchilada dinner this week.
Yes.
Breakfast was the Lions Club this morning, doing a nice job talking to the boys, sponsoring that event. It's 4th and 3, a big play for the Falcons. And again, that same formation, Courtney Holder lined up behind Dagan Hahn, who's in that shotgun position. Josiah Tauefa lined up to his right, and Micah Fitzgerald on that right end. And they're selling out. They're going to give to Holder. Can Holder get the second level?
I think
he
got
gets
it.
hit at the 31 and going to be tackled. The 26 going to be tackled at the 25, and I think that's going to be enough, just barely, to move the chains. Let's see what we. Yeah, that's gonna do it. We're moving the chains. That's a first down. That's a tough run by Courtney Holder to pick up that first down.
That was close, man.
Yeah. You know, Courtney got past the original line, but the safety came up and hit him, made a nice tackle. But Courtney, with his strength, able to move forward far enough to pick up that first down. They're going to keep that same package out there. Tauefa, Holder, Fitzgerald, one receiver each side. Hahn going to bootleg it around the left side. He's going to throw downfield, hits Tauefa at the 16-yard line. Tauefa still on his feet, going to get hit at the 9, tackled right there, but that's a nice, Dagan throwing across his body, rolling left. Tauefa with the good hands.
I don't know how he got that ball out. He had guys in pursuit. Looked like that guy was right there on his throwing hand, and all he had to do was grab the ball out of it. Somehow, Dagan gets it out there.
That ball going to be spotted at the 9. It's 1st and goal for the Falcons, and I was outside of the press box at halftime talking to some of the folks from Fort Worth, and they mentioned how impressed they are with Dagan's ability to elude and escape that pass rush, because they made the comment, we don't know how he's getting away from this type of pressure. Fade route, right side, intended for Sasser toward the sideline.
Oh.
Sasser with a beautiful one-handed grab. That's a touchdown, Falcons. Wow, he went up with the left hand and just seemed to bring it back down, eventually secured it, but wow, what a pretty play.
I don't know if Tristan got that or not, but Brett and my son Travis tried to do a little, jump and hit each other in the chest kind of bump. Glad Brett came out of that okay.
Sasser comes in. T-Fred got a pull over Nick. Brett, excuse me.
Yeah.
Sasser's the team's second leading receiver, 29 catches.
We used to do that in the press box with you and Dan, but
We can't jump anymore. Kriegsman's kick is up. It's through the uprights. 6:59 left to go in the third. Lake Dallas extends their lead. They are leading the Highlanders by a score of 35-7. You're listening to Lake Dallas football on the Quarterback Club broadcast.
If your kids' teeth are as tore up as Swisher Road, then hey, train tracks, you need to stop by our sponsor of many years, Dr. V. From braced faces to no spaces, creating beautiful smiles in Lake Cities. Corinth Orthodontics, located on Swisher Road.
At Farmers, we believe in smarter coverage because the more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Find your local agent, Rachel Walter, at 469-549-1310. We are insurance. We are farmers.
Well, Nick, that was the Falcons' 7th possession of the game. They've scored touchdowns on 5 of them. They've had to punt the ball away once, and that was actually that drive after the injury to Strahan, where it just seemed like the game slowed down a little bit. They missed a field goal at the end of the half. So they've been extremely effective with the football tonight, scoring on touchdowns on 5 out of 7 possessions. They lead the Highlanders 35-7. Kriegsman, a deep booming kick. It's going to be fielded by Rhodes, 8 yards deep in the end zone, and here he comes. He's bringing it right side. Falcons, good coverage. Nice job. Fitzgerald coming in, Walker Valsius on the play, and also Courtney Holder. Rhodes going to be stopped at the 17-yard line, and that's what I like to see on kick coverage.
I do too, and I'm surprised he pulled that out of there. I thought for sure he should have nailed that down, but he got out to the 17-yard line somehow.
I agree. I think most times people would take a knee, but based on what we've seen, I don't blame him for trying to make a big play on the kickoff return.
Yeah, good point.
To me, that's a risk worth taking, especially based on the way we've covered kicks.
I did notice when they lined up, Coach Sanders was out on the field yelling some instructions to some of these young men. So I think he's really trying to tighten up that coverage.
And rightfully so, because we talk about it. I mean, we're just going to call it like we see it. But certainly an area that the Falcons could improve on. Harris looking to throw deep down the middle. Oh, just barely out of the arms of a diving receiver at the 40-yard line. He had a step or two on Kyle Roundtree. If he hits him in stride, I believe that's going to be a big touchdown.
Yeah, no, he hit nobody in front of him, and step or two's being nice.
I know the score's 35-7, but in a certain regard, do you feel that we're kind of playing down a little bit?
Well, I don't know about that. I think the offense is pretty much executing. I don't really.
It just seems like we've had a lot of missed opportunities and just not quite as sharp.
You're still scoring 5 out of 7 transactions. That's good.
Yeah, I'm with you. Lexington Horn up the middle. He's out to the 30-yard line, eventually being stopped by Papard. It's an 8-yard gain. Did I say 30? It's out to the 25-yard line, but boy, a bunch of Falcons in there.
Back to Brother Van's point, I think part of what happened is last week what we saw was almost perfection in football. I mean, our boys executed extremely well, 1 penalty, and we come out here tonight. It wasn't as sharp as what we saw last week, and I don't know what that reason is, but they're still performing really well as the scoreboard indicates.
I think so, too, and you got to realize with the chippiness in the first half, some of the emotion and some of the spirit has kind of come out of what's going on in the field. I would have to think that might be playing a role into what you're saying as well. But, hey, they've put it across the end zone in 5 out of 7 possessions. I'll take that. Little play action. Ball nearly picked off by Courtney Holder. Falls incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th and 3 from the Highlanders on 25, and I just have to think they're going to have to punt this ball.
I don't see why you do anything other than that.
Yeah.
But you never know.
But, well, here comes the punting unit onto the field. Their kicker, their punter, number 41, Sergio Avalar. He will be standing somewhere around his 11, maybe 10-yard line. Timmy Gowan's in the game to receive for the Falcons, and I believe that Keegan Brewer's night may be over. Timmy going to be standing at his own 42. Oh, it's a high snap. It gets past the punter. He picks it up on one bounce, gets a kick away. It's over here toward the press box. It's maybe going to roll past the line of scrimmage and settle down in the Falcons. That's a live ball, Devontae. Devontae went over, picked up the ball like he was going to down it.
We are so lucky that was out of bounds right there because he grabbed it and just let it go. They picked that up. That's their ball.
It was a 3-yard punt, basically, but wow, that was a little bit of a can I say brain fart? Devontae,
you can say that, yeah.
Just got to get away from it. Come on now.
Nope. According to UIL rules, you will be kicked out of the next game.
I'll be kicked out of the next game for saying that?
Yes.
UIL? All right, thanks for the update, man.
Missed the first half of the next game.
Missed the first half of the next game.
We're going to get Mel Tillis to take your place.
Well, you can understand him a little better, I'm sure. Falcons go to the empty set. They have great field possession at the Highlander 28-yard line. In motion goes Barry. It's a little slant route. Josh Rowe catches it at the 20, takes the ball down to the 16, and that play is going to be good for about 12 yards and another Falcon first down.
Good to see Josh getting some action on offense there.
Josh, typically the team's big play receiver, he comes into the game, is the 4th leading receiver yardage-wise, 229 yards, and averaging nearly 25 yards a catch. Again, Barry goes in motion, right to left. Hahn going to throw, end zone left side. Shaq hauls it in. Falcons score. It's going to be 41-7.
All right, can I talk about a pet peeve I have right now?
Yep.
A kid in high school can't go across the goal line and hold the ball up in his palm without it getting a flag and showmanship. But I don't understand why when a kid has a ball clearly in the end zone, and you don't have a tackle on him, why it's okay to just grind him into the dirt in the end zone. Why is that okay? Someone explain that.
Brother Van, can you look that up in UIL rules? Why?
I will do that.
All right. He's got his UIL pocket protector going on over there, apparently. So, Kriegsman on for the extra point try. It's a high snap. Degan does a good job getting it down. Kriegsman puts it right through the uprights. 5:19 left to go here in Fort Worth. Lake Dallas 41. The Highlanders of Eastern Hills 7. This is the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Hey Falcon fans, in need of new floors in your home? Look no further than Flooring America. Serving North Texas for over 25 years, the 11th fastest growing company in Texas. They offer lifetime installation, guarantee low prices, largest selections in town, best service before and after the sale, certified salespeople, many of whom played and graduated right here at Lake Dallas. Visit us online at www.myflooringamerica.com.
So that is Degan's 22nd touchdown pass on the season. He did throw one interception tonight for his 7th. That's Garrett Shackelford's 4th touchdown receiving. Garrett comes in as the team's 3rd leading receiver, 20 catches, 348 yards. He averages 17.4, and like I said, 4 touchdowns on the season for the senior wide receiver, the Shack Attack.
The Shackalicious.
The Shack Dog. What else do we got going on for Shack?
Brother Van, you got some more there. Come on.
I got a new one. Shackelford.
That's his last name, Brother Van. That can't be a nickname.
Oh.
But good try.
We call him so many things, I forgot what his real name was.
So it seemed like just a few minutes ago I was talking about the Falcons in the 3rd quarter being their lowest scoring quarter. In a minute and 20 seconds roughly of game time, a minute 40 seconds of game time, the Falcons have scored 14 points here in the 3rd quarter. So maybe they heard me present that question. You never know.
Yeah, and get hats off to Shaq Daddy.
Just had to get that in there.
Tristan gave me that one. I can't take credit for it.
So, Nick, I want to talk about the players of the week from the previous week here after this kickoff return. And look for these dangerous Highlanders. They're not afraid to take that ball from any point in that end zone and try to put together a big return. This is actually pretty exciting. Brother Van, how's that wind out there? What is it, 5-10 miles an hour?
It's been picking up, going from end zone to end zone.
Yeah, coming out all the way from one end zone to the other?
Yeah.
Okay.
And by the way, after the game tonight, we're all going to go to McDonald's and have a big shack.
Okay.
Wow.
Keep going.
You got any more?
Let me think.
Boy, we can see the smoke coming out of your ears from over here. Here comes the kick by Kriegsman. It's a high kick, but they're going to have to come up to get it. Lands at the 5, and that's Rhodes over there in the left corner of the end zone. Going to take a knee and not bring it out. Because of the height of the kick, it allowed that return coverage to get down there and prevent any type of return. So, hey, players of the week last week. Offense, Keegan Brewer, 120 yards rushing, 158 receiving, 3 touchdowns receiving, two touchdowns rushing, 5 touchdowns total, well-deserved. Defensively, Josiah Tauefa, 12 assists to tackles, 6 solo, 18 total, 3 quarterback pressures, 2 tackles for losses, and he also broke up 2 pass plays when he dropped back to play that middle backer position. Special teams, Nick Kriegsman, coach talked about his kickoffs being very effective and in the right places all game long. The Falcon Award goes to your boy Travis Fredrickson. Said he just played an outstanding game at that guard position, 2 pancake blocks, so well-deserved recognition for T-Fred. Dropping down to the sub-varsity here in just a minute. It's going to be 1st and 10 Highlanders. Falcons leading 42-7. Harris under center, 2 running backs behind him. They're going to give it to Horn up the middle. Oh, he's out across the 30. Out to the 33-yard line. Papard and Brackett. Bryce Flynn in on that stop for the Falcons. I hear a little bit of popping and static. We've been fighting this issue all night long. Not quite sure what we have going on.
I'm here to tell you that the mic will reach to the bathroom. That's the problem.
Is that you?
Yeah, just turn me down.
Yeah, especially turn you down. Stop it. You're killing me. Horn gets up slowly on the play.
Good thing we're not paid for this. We'd all been fired a long time ago.
We could never keep a job like this. They're
If we ever became a network.
I think they're just glad we don't ask for gas money. You know? 2nd down and 2 is an 8-yard gain. Again, Horn up the middle, and that's a nice job by that Falcons defensive front. Going to stop him about a yard shy of the 1st down marker. Who is it? Hey, shout out Tammy Salas. That is the wife of Fabulous Fab. She's listening. She's by the dial, checking out Falcon football. Hey, we'd like to let us know if you're out there, man. Want to say, hey, thanks for listening. Hopefully you're enjoying this Falcon Thursday night football in a big lead.
Hey, she sacrifices. You know, Fab's got 9 kids, so when he comes and helps us out, she's got to go man the front with all 9 kids at the house.
Exactly. 3rd down and 1. Boy, Harris going to bootleg it out left side. He's going to be dropped for a huge loss in the backfield. Fitzgerald, and good to see Jacob Galloway, number 6, out there making that stop. That's going to be about a 9-yard loss.
I had to do a triple take. I was like, I'm used to seeing Josiah's hair, but he don't wear number 6. What happened?
Yeah, Jake's about half the size of Josiah as well. So, well, that's a nice job by Jake. Of course, he broke his collarbone in the first game of the year. Sat out about 6 weeks. Last week was his first action. So good to see Galloway wearing number 6 back in the ballgame for the Falcons. Their punter standing at their 10. Timmy Gowan standing at his 40. That's a decent snap. Their punter going to be able to get this one away. It's a high punt, going to land at about the 42-yard line, roll forward out to the Highlander 46. But the Falcons going to have excellent starting field position once again, and we'll see what type of personnel packages we have coming out in the third quarter. 2:56 left to go with the Falcons with a 35-point lead. Hey, getting back to the players of the game real quick from last week. On the JV level, it was Zach Carmel, 12 solo tackles, 6 assisted tackles, and he did that, and he was sick while he did it. So pretty impressive. At the freshman level, Tyler Duffy caught the game-winning touchdown, also had an interception. So good job, Falcons, at every level. Sasser in the game at quarterback for the Falcons. He's going to fake it, keep it running right, outside the numbers, inside the 30, 35, gets hit and falls forward to the 33-yard line. That's a 13-yard play for the senior.
Yeah, great little run right there.
Excuse me, that's a 23-yard play down to the 23-yard line. I got to tell you, I'm getting my numbers fouled up.
Chloe.
Yep. Thanks, Chloe, for the glasses. I just can't read very well.
Maybe it's the – never mind.
Sasser this time, little swing pass left side. Josh Rowe, he's got it inside the 20, going to be tackled at the 18-yard line. That's a 5-yard pickup.
I just want to make sure we have somebody on standby in case Brother Van doesn't come back. Someone can check to make sure he didn't fall in.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. No, we like to hear you, yes.
I'm at the concession stand now.
I haven't
done a concession stand review.
No, this time they faked the Griffin. Sasser going to keep it, take it up the middle himself. He might pick up a yard on the play down to the 22-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Got a bunch of new guys out there. You would care to talk about some numbers real quick, Dan?
Yep. Oh, yeah, it looks like 81 Travis Guevara in the game at left wide receiver. Cole Proctor, number 24, over there on the right side.
Trey Luss, number 55, on the left side, getting some action out there.
Walter Pond in at left guard, number 78. So that's good. This time they give to Barry. He's trying to go around the left side, cuts it up inside the numbers, maybe takes it down to the 21. Short gain, if anything, on that play. Looks like number 76 also in the game. That's Jose Beltran. Help me out. Number 74, Griffin Knox in at right guard for the Falcons. And number 54, Marcus Bryant, holding down the right side of the line at right tackle.
Yeah.
So good to see some Falcons second teamers in there getting some varsity action here on Thursday night in Fort Worth. We're nearing the end of the third quarter. Falcons have the ball. That's 4th and 4 at the Highlanders 17-yard line. There's a little wide receiver screen right side. Josh Rowe, he's had it inside the 10, down to the 6. That's going to be a Falcon first down and setting up 1st and goal for the second team offense.
Yeah, and a nifty little catch and run on that to make something out of nothing, really.
Looks like, he made it down to the 8-yard line, but either way, it's the first down, 1st and goal. Clock is showing 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. Falcons just going to be content to let it tick down. This will be the end of the third quarter. Lake Dallas leading the Highlanders by a score of 42-7. You're listening to the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Hey, Travis, are you ready for for another great season of Falcon football?
Yeah, Noah, we have been working our tails off all summer getting ready. What have you been up to?
Oh man, I'm so stoked. I got my license and I love my newfound freedom.
Remember what my buddy Mark Tucker with Allstate always says, with freedom comes great responsibility. He tells me you can't LOL if you're RIP. So remember, if we don't hear,
You won't hear.
Alrighty, guys, we're back. It's going to be the start of the fourth quarter. Of course, the Falcons and their fans all holding four fingers up. They know that's Falcon quarter. They seemingly have this game in hand. They lead it by 35. It's 42-7. Some stats through three quarters. Falcons pulling away in the offensive categories. First downs, they lead 16-9. Total yardage, 360 versus 163. You know,
at halftime, they had 140.
Yeah, it was relatively close about midway through the second quarter, but then the Falcons been able to pull away from that. Passing, Falcons 17 for 27, 251 yards. Falcons have 109 yards on the ground. Interesting, last week we only have one penalty. This week through three quarters, only three, so I think Coach Young overall has to be happy with that. Don't forget, one of those penalties was that 15-yard taunting call, which was touchy, just to say the least. You know,
well, we're just going to go ahead and call it two penalties, really.
Yeah, you want to take one away?
Yeah, I'm giving away.
So it's first and goal at the 8. Falcons headed toward that south end zone. Proctor, Guevara split out wide at each side. This time, Barry up the middle. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, maybe fall forward for a 1-yard gain to the 7.
So how many times this year has Team 50 scored 50 points?
Well,
or been close to 50.
You want to hear that? So
Yeah.
this is the 50th season of Falcon football.
That's an interesting stat.
The Falcons come in to the game averaging 47 points a game. In game number 2 against Centennial, Falcons score 56. In game number 6 versus Carter Riverside, Falcons score 56. They've gone over 50 twice, but they've been very close on a few other occasions. I'll get to that after this play. Sasser going to keep himself inside the 5 dancing, and he's going to dance himself across the goal line for another Falcons score. Just a minute left to go, minute into this fourth quarter. Nice run by Brett. I mean, he had to pick his spots, and he made a few cuts, and he was able to find the goal line. That's Brett's first touchdown on the ground this year to go along with 4 touchdown catches. So getting back to the scoring, the Falcons put up 49 points in back-to-back games versus Kimball and Grapevine. Of course, last week they put up 47. They also scored 41 points in a loss at Wakeland. So, again, that's how you average 47.5 points a game, is by putting up numbers like that. Kreigsman's kick, it's up through the uprights, over the fence, onto the roof. And the Falcons, with 11:16 left to go, lead the Highlanders 49-7. This is the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Hi, I'm Trey Lusk, your Lake Dallas Falcons center, number 55.
And I'm quarterback, Brett Sasser, number 1. Not only do we work together on the field, we also work together at your local Chick-fil-A on Swisher Road.
We are number 1 on the field, and we also serve number 1s all day.
Have you ever had our sweet tea? Because it's pretty sweet.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles in our cookie sundae. Come visit us at your local Chick-fil-A. Save the cows and eat more chicken. Go Falcons!
Hey Falcon fans, this is Steve Bain, General Manager of Huffines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Louisville, your Ram truck headquarters. Proud sponsor of the Falcons and proud to be part of the Falcon family. Congratulations Falcons on 50 years of Falcon football.
You know, it's interesting because Brother Van's talking about how many times we scored this stuff. A few